So, without further ado, on with the show.
Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno. Well, they came in peace, but they left in pieces. Let's have a chat with the cast and crew to find out much more about the film Inbred.
Basically, 4 youth offenders, they all go away on this sort of community service weekend with 2 social workers. Go to this place in Yorkshire, surrounded by inbreds. Get on the wrong side of him. Everyone ends up getting cut up. It's pretty gory too, I'll be honest. And yeah, I don't know, that's about it. I don't want to say too much, obviously I don't want to ruin it all for you, but...
What's it like as an actor working with all that gore and gunge, and is it good fun, or does it kind of...
Quality, man. I mean, we did this one scene where we was in a kitchen, and sorry to tell you about this, but yeah, someone gets head cut off, and the special effects on it, you know, fucking blood pouring everywhere. It was absolutely crazy, man, but it's good fun. I've done another horror before, Eden Lake, and that was, obviously, working on that was sort of brought it all back to me. It's like, yeah, get back into the mood, and it's good, I enjoy it.
What is it about horror that you like, and what is it about what the fans like as well?
I don't know, really. It's a hard question. I mean, I'm quite a horror fan myself. I just think just some of the things that you can do with horror are like amazing. Like obviously with the special effects and stuff, are incredible. But I mean, all the fans, it's nice to see such a good turnout. I mean, this FrightFest is quite a big thing. It's been going on for a few years now, and I think Eden Lake was screened here a couple of years ago as well, and it's got a good name for itself. So yeah.
So it's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff, yeah.
So what's it been like for you being part of this film?
It's been madness because, you know, we stayed away in Thirsk for a month and now we're here, and this is the first film that I ever did. I've never done anything like this before, so it's just surreal, you know, it's mad. I've just finished school, so it's just madness.
So what's it been like being an actress?
It's wicked, you know, you've got dry patches like everyone, you know, and when we did the film, because I worked with Jo before in Waterloo Road, so when she introduced me to Alex, and it's just mad because it was like the Big Brother house when we were working together, living together, playing out together, you know, it was just madness. And now doing this, I don't know, it's just, I can't even explain it, it's really weird.
What's attracted you to this script? What did you connect with?
Do you know what I loved about it? I haven't done a horror movie before. That I found really interesting and quite exciting, and I liked it because it's a comedy. It's a dark, black comedy, and I thought that was really exciting. You know, to try and get something just right, so you get the laughs, and then then it twists. Yeah.
The balance is actually a very difficult one to play, and you don't think that comedy and horror work so well together, but they actually do go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think they do, and it's about the characters still got to be believable. You've got to really care about them. So it's comic, but it's very real. And then I think with the comedy you warm to them as well. You warm to these people. It's light, and then it's in this film. Then it starts to go pretty horribly wrong for all of them. Yeah, and then it's a gore. I haven't seen the film, but from the script, it's a gore fest. Yeah, it's a gore fest.
And what was it about your character that you sort of connected with and you wanted to explore?
Because he's nothing like me, because he's so nerdy. Yeah, he's. Have you ever seen Nuts in May? I based it on that as a character in a Mike Leigh movie called Nuts in May, and there's a character called Keith, which is played by Roger Sloman, I think. And he's really nerdy and very, very anal and attention to detail, and he's got all sorts of problems going on. But really, he's got a heart of gold. He's a care worker. He takes these kids up north to try and help them and sort them out, and it just, they don't like him, they don't get it, and it just goes horribly wrong for him, But he tries his best. Yeah.
Is it great for you as an actor to be put in what becomes an extreme circumstance, and then kind of seeing how he copes with it, really, and deals with it?
Yeah, it's fantastic, and it, I just try and do as many different things as possible. I just finished in Chicago, the musical, just been doing that for 6 months, and soon after we finished shooting this, I went into that, and then I've just, finished that, and I love that, doing something like that, and then a horror movie, and then doing like some more telly stuff now, and that to me is what is really interesting. Yeah, keep moving around, do different things. Yeah.
So with a film like Inbred, an audience is going to be sort of horrified.
Yeah, well, I hope they kind of get it. Alex is a horror director, and he's got experience with all that. I've never done one before, so for me, I read the script, I liked it, I met Alex. It was really it's a really interesting role for me. You know, as an actress, I was at a point in my career where I wanted to play the lead in a film, and I wanted to play something different than I'd played before. So it's challenging, you know, and there was a character out there for me. There was the ability to start off calm and then turn into all this madness. But the film is a comedy. It's silly. It's fun. These special effects are amazing, outstanding. You know, it's not like usually I'm into heavy drama and I'm character based, and I'm a character actress, so I'll go away and prepare and get. But with this, it was more get in, do it, have the action. And you know, it's been, I've seen the film. It's good. You know, I'm excited about it. I don't know what people are going to think of it. I hope they love it.
Well, the one thing about FrightFest is that you have a receptive audience that will want to love it.
Yes.
And I think that makes a huge amount of difference. But for any film that, you know, that's premiering, you want people to love it. It's natural, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because it's a personal thing for you. You've invested so much of your time.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my thing now, so it's in the hands of the gods. And, like, you know, we've all done our best. The crew worked so hard. Alex has worked his backside off, and the cast, really lovely young cast, really up and coming. So I think the performances are great. I think the effects are great. It looks beautiful. You know, it's a really interesting little film. I think you know, I could be surprised with it. So we'll see. But it's been a good challenge for me as an actress.
What's Alex been like to work with as a director? Is he an actor's director?
Yeah, I mean, Alex sits down with you. Like previously to starting the film, I sat with him and we talked about the character. We talked about the story and how gory it was going to be and how psychological. Because I really was, you know, I wanted to do something more psychological, but it's what it is like this. It's like a show. The film is like a mad little show. It starts off normal and then it turns into something different, and it's great. But Alex sits with you, you know, and he'll ask you the questions, and then when we get on set, we'll do the script. We'll do it as it's scripted. And there was times when we sat with him and just said, look, we didn't have a lot of takes, we didn't have a lot of time, you know, it wasn't like a big crazy feature film, you know, it was all that sort of stuff of get and do what you can. And we talked, and, you know, there was things that we disagreed on and agreed on, whatever, you work through it. But, you know, he's very open and receptive, and he's very visual. He's a very visual kind of director, and he sees this, and he's, you know, he knows his stuff. He really looked in, like, he gave me references for, like, Nuts in May and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all these old 70s horror films, and I thought, I loved all those when I was a kid. But, you know, I think this is more silly and comedy, you know, driven, but there's some really horrible stuff in it. It's quite dark.
You must have to play it quite straight, though, to be convincing. And doing that on a day-to-day basis, do you have to sort of really think about how psychologically it's going to affect you playing a part like this? Yeah,
it's really mad, actually. I mean, I played it myself and James Burrows and Nadine. We played it straight. We you know, all the people that are not inbred, so the other, you know, Chris Waller, we all played it straight, and I start off really breezy and happy, and I turn into, like, scared to death, you know. But then on the other side, I was saying, how's this going to work? Because, like, the inbreds are silly and they're funny, but because it's a mix of stuff, you know. And I just needed to concentrate on how I would feel going to Yorkshire with these kids, and one by one we all get killed, and it's all like, you know, it was hard to keep up that energy, screaming. I mean, I'm getting things blown off, so it's like, I said to Alex, how am I going to act that? You know, because I am a bit like, I'm a real, I internalise things, but you know, I'm not. If I'm going to play a heroin addict, I've never taken heroin, but there are other things that I can draw pain on, you know, like problems that I've had with boyfriends or whatever else, and you draw things from real life, you know. With this, I did that, but I went a bit more with it, you know, it's a bit more screaming, and, you know, some days we was on set 12 hours, and by the end, we shot the film chronologically. By the end, I was exhausted, you know, I was like, But it was great. I love it, you know. Tell us what inspired you, first of all, to write the script.
Loving horror films all my life, I think, was the big inspiration. I wrote the treatment about 10 years ago, and just had the opportunity to shoot a new film, because I haven't made a film for a few years, but it's never left my system. So the time was right, someone had some money, and I dug Inbred out, and then we rewrote it. And I wanted to make a film that kind of ticked loads of boxes to appeal to so many horror fans, and that kind of a storyline sort of worked, and I think we've done something quite special, and I think people enjoy it.
And setting it in Yorkshire as well, so an ideal location, it sets the imagination to go wild, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, Yorkshire's more than just like sort of weird hats and don't know,
Ecky thump.
Ecky thumper pork scratchings. But yeah, no, Yorkshire was brilliant, really lovely place. It had that barren starkness that we were looking for, but also amazing people. A lot of our crew were from Yorkshire, so Yorkshire worked out great.
And then going on to direct it, had you always written it in mind with you to direct it?
Yeah, I always wanted to direct it, and yeah, it's quite a big baby of mine. I wrote it, directed it, I helped on the editing, I did the composite visual effects, and this morning I was ironing the t-shirts, so you know.
And so producing it as well?
No, I will give the producers some credit.
And what's it been like actually getting the funding together in what is such a very difficult time financially, and with film it's even harder?
Yeah, it was, well luckily we had some really great German investors get involved who distributed my last film, Cradle of Fear, did really well in Germany. So we raised the money through private finance, some from Germany and then some from England. So that worked out really well and it enabled me to make my vision, and they all allowed me to have like final edit and complete control. So I'm kind of happy working on a lower budget because it gives me that level of control. But if someone wants me to direct Godzilla 3, you know, yeah, maybe.
I think you've just hit the nail on the head, because movie making is an art form, and it is about being creative, and to have that control and to somebody get your vision is so important.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it is a complete art form, and I know so many people, other directors, friends who have been involved in projects that are quite bigger, and they get kicked out of the edit suite because you know the clients don't want them there, and I think that can, you know, the film comes together at the edit, at the end. I mean, everything. I mean, also I couldn't make it with that whole team of people, and so I want to make sure their contributions are still in the film. So it's an important thing. Yeah, it is pure art form, I think.
And how is your collaboration with the actors? Do you just sit down, speak to them, your vision for the character, or do you like them to bring something of themselves to it as well?
Well, this is the first time we used amazing actors in like all the roles. I'm so pleased with the acting; it's amazing, and I wanted the actors to feel that they're bringing something to the roles. So we wrote the script, and then we sat down with the actors and we went through the backstories of their characters, and we took out a lot of exposition from the film. So when you see it, you kind of read into what they've done through their acting, and also, you know, they just embellished. It made it sound very naturalistic, and I love doing that. And for me, the best thing I got out of this was working with the actors. You know, it was amazing. Oh!